If you have an online interview coming up soon for any role or company, the scripted answers I am about to give you will help you pass at the very first attempt. So it does not matter whether you have a Skype, Zoom, HIREVUE, or any other online or virtual interview coming up. Make sure you stay tuned because these answers will literally save you hours and hours of work. And just before I get started, if you are new to the channel, please make sure you hit that subscribe button. Literally thousands and thousands of you are passing your interviews, and I can only help you if you are subscribed. And please give the video a like because that really does motivate me to create more content for you. Thank you very much indeed. Okay, let's start working through this script so I can help you pass your online interview. So to help you pass your online interview at the very first attempt, I will cover the following 3 things during this tutorial. Number 1, I will work through this exact script that contains the online interview questions I recommend you prepare for and example top scoring answers. Number 2, I will then give you 5 very quick but important tips to help you pass your online interview and impress the hiring manager. And then finally, number 3, I will tell you where you can instantly download this exact script and all of the answers. So right at the very start of your online interview, the hiring manager will say to you, "Welcome to the interview. Please start off and tell me about yourself. Here's my example script for you to use. Thank you for the opportunity to be interviewed for this position today with your company. I would describe myself as industrious, hardworking, and excellent collaborator, and someone who takes ownership of difficult challenges and problems whenever they occur. Having studied the job description, I am confident I have the qualifications and the skills and qualities to be a top performing employee in your organization. I have strong communication and listening skills. I can deliver consistently high levels of customer service and can prioritize my work based on the commercial objectives of the company. If you hire me, I will be a supportive co-worker. I will act as a positive role model for the company brand, and I will take responsibility for my ongoing professional development." So that's a great example answer to that first online interview question. Tell me about yourself. Don't forget, if at any point during this tutorial you want to download the script and all of the answers, you can click that link in the top right hand corner of the video. So the next online interview question I recommend you prepare for is, why do you want to work for us? Here's my example answer. I want to work for you for several reasons. My research tells me you are a forward-thinking and innovative organization that wants to be the market leader. This means I will get to work on exciting projects alongside people who are driven and enthusiastic. I also want to work for you because you value diversity and inclusiveness. Diversity is a great asset in a company because, from a development point of view, I will get to learn from many different people. There are lots of advantages for me working in your company, and I want to build a long-term career here if I am successful. So the next online interview question I strongly recommend you prepare for is, what are your greatest strengths? Now, the most effective way to answer this tough online interview question is to align your strengths with those listed on the job description. Here's my example answer to help you. My greatest strengths include my resourcefulness. I am good at analyzing problems and working out the best solution. In my last role, for example, the company website crashed late on a Friday afternoon. I contacted an online web developer and I went through a process of elimination with them to quickly find the issue, which was due to an outdated website plugin. Other strengths include my flexibility and adaptability. Again, in my last role, I covered the work of a co-worker who was off sick in addition to my own duties to help out the company. I saw this as an opportunity for me to learn new skills and broaden my knowledge of the company. Finally, perhaps my greatest strength is my time management skills. I am great at prioritizing work, and I always get things done on time with minimal supervision. Now, the next online interview question immediately after what are your greatest strengths is, what's your biggest weakness? Do not say you don't have any weaknesses, and do not say your biggest weakness is the fact you are a perfectionist. But how do you answer this tough online interview question without failing your interview? Well, here's my brilliant scripted answer. My biggest weakness is the fact I am not yet very good at public speaking or giving talks to large groups of people. I remember trying to give a presentation during my time at university, and it was much harder than I thought. However, this is a skill I want to develop, so if there are any opportunities in this role working for your company where I could give a talk or presentation to my team, then I would like to give it another try. So we're making excellent progress in preparation for your online interview. Let's now move on to the next interview question, and that is, why do you want to leave your job? Be very careful how you answer this tough question. Do not be negative in any way about your current or former employer, boss, or co-workers. Here's my scripted answer to help you. I want to leave my job because I feel I have reached my full potential there. My employer has been great to work for, very supportive, and I've learned a tremendous amount during my time there. However, I now want to move on to a new, ambitious, forward-thinking and proactive company such as yours, where I will be pushed and challenged and where I can work on different projects that will test my skills and take me to another level. Okay, so this next common online interview question needs to be answered in a specific way. That question is, where do you see yourself in 5 years? Do not say you want to have moved on to a different company or role in 5 years' time, because if you do say that, you will probably fail at your interview. But how do you answer it? Well, let me give you a brilliant example answer. In 5 years, I hope to still be working for you. I would either still be in this role or have gained advancement to a more senior level. In 5 years, I would have more responsibility, completed several internal training development courses to enhance my skills, and be seen as the go-to expert in my area of specialism. Being someone who wants to continually learn, I would have developed considerably in 5 years from now and be a trustworthy and high-performing member of your team. Now, the next common online interview question I recommend you prepare for is, how do you prioritize your work? Now, it's very important to show the hiring manager you already have a plan in place for prioritizing and organizing tasks. Here's my brilliant scripted answer to help you. I prioritize my work based on the needs of my employer. I draw up a list of tasks that I am responsible for. I then assess that list and prioritize each task based on urgency and then color code them accordingly. So red tasks need my immediate and urgent attention. Amber tasks come second. And finally, green tasks can be left until I have more time available. Now, the next difficult online interview question is, what's your greatest achievement? Now, this question is being asked to assess whether you are a high achiever. If you are a high achiever, then you are more likely to replicate that success for their organization in the role. Here's my brilliant scripted answer. My greatest achievement was in my last role, where I helped the team I was a part of achieve record sales on a new product launch. Now, before the launch, we got together, brainstormed ideas, and then worked hard to implement the suggestions that had the best chance of success. I recommended we should promote the product across various social media platforms, and that idea alone accounted for more than 50% of the sales. Now, the next online interview question is one where the majority of candidates end up failing their interview on. So this question is, how would you deal with conflict with a coworker? It is very important to say that you would deal with the conflict yourself. Do not say you would inform your manager or supervisor about the conflict. Here's my example scripted response to help you. I would deal with the conflict myself as a mature and professional employee. I would first assess my own words and actions to make sure I wasn't contributing negatively to the conflict. I would then speak to my coworker in private, ask them how they felt about the conflict, conflict and then work hard with them to create an amicable solution that was in the best interests of our team. Now, the next common but very important online interview question I recommend you prepare for is, why should we hire you? Now, this question is your chance to sell yourself. Do not be afraid to big yourself up and make sure you use positive words and phrases that highlight you as the best person for the job. Here's my example scripted answer to help you. You should hire me for several reasons. The first reason is I am adaptable and flexible. This means I will carry out tasks and duties outside of my job description when needed to help out the company. The second reason is I always take ownership of challenges and problems. Now, where most people will tell their manager about difficult problems, I first see what I can do to resolve the issue for the benefit of the team. Finally, you should hire me because I embrace change with a positive mindset and I encourage others in my team to do the same. I understand that change is essential if a business like yours is to maintain success, and I will always support you in any change you want to implement. Now, in a second, I'm going to give you 5 brilliant online interview tips. Don't go anywhere. But if you want to download this exact script and the 10 brilliant answers I just gave you that will help you pass your online interview, you can click that link right now in the top right-hand corner of the video. So let me now give you those 5 important tips that will help you pass your online interview. Tip number 1, make sure you take your online interview in a quiet room that has no distractions. Make sure there is a strong internet connection and there is also plenty of good lighting. Online interview tip number 2 is to make sure your surroundings and your background are free from clutter. This is important because you need to create the impression that you are an organized and tidy person. Online interview tip number 3, I strongly recommend you wear a smart and presentable outfit for your online interview. Now, even though you are not meeting the hiring manager in person, it's still really important to create a positive impression and show them that you are someone who has high standards. Online interview tip number 4 is to make sure you test any technology you plan using during your online interview. Make sure you test your headset and microphone. Make sure your volume is turned up, and also turn off any notifications, because then you will not be distracted during your online interview. Online interview tip number 5 is to make sure you have 3 smart questions ready to ask at the end of your interview. But which 3 questions should you ask? Here they are. Number 1, what advice would you give to the successful candidate who wants to excel in the position? Question number 2, can you tell me more about the team I would be a part of in this role? And question number 3, will there be any opportunities in the role for ongoing training and development? So the next thing to do, if you want to make sure you pass your online interview at the very first attempt, is click that link right now in the top right-hand corner of the video, head straight through to my website, passmyinterview.com, and you can download this exact script that contains the tips and the top scoring answers. Finally, don't forget to hit the subscribe button. Literally thousands of you are passing your interviews. I can only help you if you are subscribed. Please give the video a like and don't forget to connect with me on LinkedIn. I've put my LinkedIn link in the description below the video. It's always a pleasure to connect with like-minded professionals such as yourself. Thank you so much